Alicia Hilton is an author, editor, arbitrator, professor, actor, and former FBI special agent. Her work has appeared or is forthcoming in Back to Emily Park, Gamut, Strange Horizons, Vastarian, Year's Best Hardcore Horror Bedrooms 4, 5, and 6, and elsewhere. Alicia, take it away.
Thanks. Hi, I'm going to be reading from Back to Omnipark, and it's an anthology I edited. I also contributed the foreword, which I wrote, and a story, and I'll be reading the foreword and part of my story. Foreword. Truth is a matter of perspective. When my great-uncle Elsner told me about Omnipark, I thought he was joking. A liminal space that was a portal to other worlds? How could that be possible? Parallel planes, interstellar travel, and time travel weren't real. Monsters and extraterrestrials only existed in horror stories and science fiction. Sometimes you can't believe that the impossible is possible until you venture down a tunnel, smell a strange, musky scent, hear tentacles thrashing, feel an invisible talon grazing your cheek. Evil is a matter of perspective. Are the most horrid monsters on Earth or in other dimensions? As a child, I used to fantasize about rescuing people from monsters, serial killers. I was a realist and believed that the most dangerous apex predators were diabolical humans. I thought that cryptids, kaiju, extraterrestrials, and spirits didn't exist until I met a ghost. I finally realized that Uncle Elsner's stories were real. When you open up your mind to the supernatural, you enter a new world. Welcome to Omnipark. Surviving a ghostly encounter was a traumatic experience that was forever etched in my brain. It changed me. I felt compelled to seek out others who did the impossible and lived. I heard about Ben Thomas and his quest for stories about Omnipark. My story, Stellar Nucleosynthesis and the Infinite Power of Love, was published in Tales from Omnipark, the first Omnipark anthology. When Ben sought a co-editor for Back to Omnipark, I jumped on board. I was ready to delve into Omnipark's darker mystery, finally unburden my soul, and recruit would reveal their own horrible secrets. Together, the authors returned to Omnipark's ruins, traveled back in time to the park's early days, and opened the portals. We faced our monsters. Now I'll read from part of my story, Chimera, and incidentally, all of the stories in Back to Omnipark are illustrated, and there is other art throughout the book. Chimera, July 7th, 1973. 9 coyotes tipped up their heads and howled at a disc that silently hovered over the arid plains on the outskirts of Midland, Texas. The disc began to hum. A hatch on the underside slid open. The alpha male's howl turned to a bark, warning the pack of danger. The coyotes bolted for their burrow, a tunnel they'd taken from a badger. The smallest pup was the first to fall. 3 seconds later, all their bodies were twitching in spasms. Dust, but not dust. The powdery substance sprayed from the hatch was nearly invisible. May 18th, 1977. Gwen carried a balisong butterfly knife. Denise had become an expert at hurling shuriken, the ninja stars she'd inherited from her granddad. Up until their senior year of high school, they'd followed all the rules that they learned from horror movies. Always go armed, avoid cabins in the woods, don't have sex, and you'll survive. And teens who had sex got whacked with axes, stabbed with knives, carved up with chainsaws, shot, hung, strangled, or burned alive. All damned good reasons to keep your... The abstinence rule wasn't easy. Gwen yanked down past her hips and tossed her jeans on the floor next to the calculus textbook. Hurry up, Denise said. She was already in Gwen's bed. Gwen stripped off the rest of her clothes and climbed on the bed. It was twin size, so there wasn't much room to maneuver. She lay on her side and caressed Denise's shoulder. Her skin was hot. You want me to open the window? Someone might hear us, Denise giggled. They kissed, first tentatively, then with passion. Gwen stroked Denise's breast, knocked on the bedroom door. Just a sec. She slid off the bed and grabbed her underwear. The door swung open. Into the room. He kept walking until he was close enough to touch Gwen if he'd reached out his hand. The smug grin on his face conveyed that he was enjoying their embarrassment. Denise screamed and pulled up the sheet, covering herself. "Damn!" Gwen said. She curled her hands into fists. She wanted to smack Dad, but lacked the courage. Instead of leaving, he laughed before he turned away. Denise, would you like to stay for dinner? No, thanks, Mr. Sloka. Denise blinked rapidly, like she was trying not to cry. I'll drive you home, Dad said. Gwen picked up Denise's shirt and handed it to her. Hurry, she whispered. Walked into the hallway, leaving the bedroom door open. I'll stop reading now since I'm out of time, but Back to Omnipark is available in paperback, hardcover, and ebook. And tonight I'm going to be giving away 3 copies of the ebook.